Star-Crossed, the two-player game of Forbidden Love by Alex Roberts. We at Roll Over Play Dead are playing this game. I'm Kai.
And I'm Elisha.
We've already gone through the rules, and we've actually talked about making our characters, so we're just going to quickly run through what we decided. So, we've read the rules, we've set up, and we've introduced an X card on the table. Jenga Tower is set up. What's the basic concept between our characters?
We are actually immortals, both of us.
Mm-hmm.
We come from a group of a handful or so immortals that were around since the dawn of time. But the number of us, we are depleting in numbers. And that's because whenever one of us gets closer emotionally or just by proximity to another, we actually start to age. We start getting mortal. We start being more human. So up to this point, there's just probably less than 10 of us left. Yeah, so that's the baseline of our story. We're two immortals.
Okay, so we decided what has brought our characters together is you're sort of a detective,
Mm-hmm.
and I have decided I'm sort of a vigilante, hero, warrior type immortal, and that a recent battle between myself and the forces of evil has gotten me into trouble, and the cops are questioning me, and that's how we meet.
Right. So how about we go through the character sheet, the questions.
Okay, but before we talk about the characters, we've talked about what brings us together. What's the thing that keeps us apart is that we will age and die. That's right. Okay, so we've decided that I will play the lead, and Elisha will play the follow. The lead will be the one who is more active and intentional in revealing, in getting close to the other.
And the follow will have more unintentional acts.
Yep.
Yeah, and I will always have to follow up and close the scene.
Yep, the lead starts the scene, the follow closes the scene. We've filled out the character sheet, so we're going to read what we've chosen. Who am I? Vanquest. I am Vanquest Smith, that's my fake name, and I'm sort of this vigilante warrior or Highlander to TV series or whatever. What is my most attractive feature? I chose my cheerful grin behind a big bushy beard. What are two things about me that I don't realize are attractive? And Elisha chose...
Before I let everyone know what I chose, may I know why? You mean your real name is Vanquest, but your fake name is Vanquest Smith?
Yeah, I mean, immortal divine beings from the dawn of time don't need a last name.
So as soon as you put a last name, then...
It's like Clark Kent's glasses.
I see. All right. Okay. So what I chose, the two things about you which I find attractive but you don't realize, is that I feel that you're deeper than how you appear. You're actually more mature. You look really like, I feel you're hiding behind your big, bushy, glorious beard, but behind it, it's, you think that your facial, you're like a cherub. Is that what they call it?
You mean like a little a cherub.
A little cherub. So to overcompensate, you grow such a glorious beard, but you still look good. But I feel that you think that you're not wise, and you're not really smart. But to be honest, you're like the angel of intelligence. So yeah, that's what I think. Since I'm the follow, I will go through who am I and what's my most attractive feature. So my name is Detective Penelope Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing fake about that. My most attractive feature is I wrote here my quiet intensity. I like to do things very seriously and everyone can see that, and they kind of like, well, I feel it's my attractive feature. So what are the two things about me that I don't realize are attractive? So the lead would have to answer this.
And I chose her beautiful hands, delicate and long fingers, beautiful hands.
Long enough to strangle you, my darling.
Yep. And your second feature is your relentless pursuit of justice.
Not my relentless pursuit of happiness.
Oh, we'll get to the happiness part.
Okay. So
we both talk about why we can't act on our feelings. In my case, it's not the fear of aging and dying. It's because I don't want to be hurt again.
On my part, it's strictly I would die. Full stop.
And then, why is it important that I don't act on my feelings? For me, I've had too many former relationships where the mortal that I was in love with aged and died, or maybe I had relationships that don't work out, so I don't want another complication. I don't want to fall in love again and break my heart.
Why is it important that I don't die? Because I am a detective and I love, well, I don't think I necessarily love what I do. I just feel that I'm used to it and I've grown accustomed to it. So I have a case that is still open where there's another rogue immortal out there harming humanity, endangering lives, and I've yet to close this case. And just for namesake or for fun, this person's name, we'll just call him the Ripper.
The Ripper.
Could be a her. I'm not sure yet. I haven't closed the case, but that's roughly why I've got a reason, man. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, we've prepared the scene cards, and we'll start with scene 1, an introduction. We have a tower, and we've pre-pulled 3 blocks from the Jenga tower. Now, we decide together where we are, what we're doing when the scene starts, and then the lead starts out with by doing something on my moves. So, I think that we're in a police station in the City of Angels, and am I handcuffed, or do you think I'm allowed to, or unrestrained? What do you think, Copper?
You are in handcuffs.
Okay.
Not by me, but by someone else. By another cop.
I'm a suspect, right?
Yeah.
You guys aren't sure, but it's like that scene at the end of the beginning of Highlander where I walked away from this burning parking lot. There's exploded cars everywhere or something, and you guys caught me.
I was actually picturing you huddled with a blanket, and well, but you're still handcuffed, of course, but it's cold. It's really gloomy. It just rained.
Did they turn the air conditioning to freeze me to make me feel uncomfortable?
I think that would be my partner.
Then you're the good cop who gives me the blanket?
No, we're both bad cops in this one.
Then who gave me the blanket? I wouldn't have a blanket. I would just be freezing.
No, that was the A&E, the emergency people.
Aw.
Yeah, so they're the nice guys.
Okay, you're both bad cops. Okay, so I guess when I look up, Vanquest looks up, the light shines off his eyes, and he grimaces under his beard, and he looks at the figure that just entered, and he says, "Who the hell are you?" Oh wait, I forgot. Let me touch the tower. Who the hell are you?
So whenever you have to touch the tower. Oh, I have to touch the tower.
Anyone who's talking in character, when their character says a line of dialogue, has to touch the tower.
Oh, okay.
Like the rules, say, you have to think carefully about what you say. Like every word matters. You can't have long speeches.
Oh, okay. Only if you touch each other, then you have to pull.
Touch the tower to talk, and you can't put your hand on the table while you're doing
it.
So, yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, so when I talk, I have to touch it. Okay. So I assume you're at the back of the cop car, and I just entered the car.
Okay.
And I didn't even bother to look back. I just looked at the rearview mirror, and I just glanced at you. And I'm like, and in my head I'm thinking, oh God, yet another day in the City of Angels. I look at you and I'm like, what did you do?
And Vanquest just looks at her for the first time and sees this. You described a very androgynous and no hair, sort of sleek bald head.
Yeah, I've yet to explain my appearances.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier the character.
Well, basically, I have very androgynous features.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rather tall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lick of hair on me. And I don't know why. I never had hair my entire life. So people, when they look at me, it's just a huge question mark because they don't know what I am necessarily. Yeah. So what did Vanquest do? What did he do? What did you say?
I haven't really decided. I'm like, I was just in the area. Honestly, I was just walking through an alley when the whole place started exploding and all the car alarms went off. I didn't see anything, honestly. I just got confused and I ran out and suddenly the cops grabbed me.
Penelope peered deeply into his eyes, of course, using the mirror, and she was trying to see if what he said was really true. But she could, from her thousands upon thousands of years of experience, she knew that he was lying. So she didn't even say anything at all. She just stared at him through the mirror.
And he, I guess the is the cop car moving, or are you just parked so you can question me?
My partner is driving. We're
All
on
right.
the way. We're multitasking.
All right.
We're on the way to bring you to the
Police station.
City of Angels PD.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Vanquest looks down at his handcuffs again, and he sort of moves his arms to test them. He's actually quite strong, but he doesn't want to reveal himself before mortals. He could rip this whole cop car apart and just jump out, but then he would blow his cover and be pursued. So he slumps, and he says, I don't suppose you could stop the car and let me take a leak before we get there?
You know what? It's just gonna be a minute or two. We're really gonna reach the police department right now. In fact, whoa, hey, we're pulling up right now. No need to hold anything. We're right there.
I have some bad memories of police stations, and as I say this, my voice there's a slight quaver in my voice, as if he's really, really not happy about police stations. He's seen some shit and bad things happened, and there's some personal trauma here. I am intentionally revealing something personal about my character, so I have to pull a block and mark this thing. So, I reach over here, and one hand, pull the block, stack it on top. Like that. All right.
I think we should close this scene.
Wow, okay.
How do I close it?
You close the scene by describing the end of our encounter, which probably where we end up. Remember that we'll meet again in the next scene. Maybe I'm in the jail cell and you come see me or something like that. You decide.
Okay, alright. So Penelope still stared at Vanquist, and she just nodded. She stayed silent, and then the police car pulled in. We parked, and then her partner brought Vanquist away, and she's locking up the car, and she went to go get coffee, and she will meet the partner and Vanquist right after she gets coffee and, yes, donuts, for reasons.
That sounds good. All right. Scene 2, a little embarrassment. So, I am trying to think of how this could work. Perhaps while they were taking his things, the zipper of his pants came loose, and he ends up in the jail cell with his pants falling down around his ankles, and he can't seem to keep them up.
Because his hands are cuffed. Do they uncuff you when you're in the jail cell?
I know. It's just that first my pants just happen to be coming apart, and so I am at a social disadvantage when you come to see me because of my pants being undone. That's a little embarrassment, I think. So I describe it as such. And you know what? I guess that as I'm sitting here, I get called to get up and be questioned.
Mm-hmm.
And they take me to a room with a mirror and a table to be questioned, and that's where you are.
Am I behind the mirror? Or
Not
am I...
I mean, each scene should have us interacting, but you can start behind the mirror first.
Alright, so I'm behind the mirror, and I see this poor man, this Vanquist of a man being dragged in, and his zipper is down, and I'm like, oh God, why? Yet another Monday. You can't even, come on, zipper, dude. Well, so now Penelope, she's got her donuts and well, not her donuts, it's for sharing, and her coffee, and water for Vanquist as well, and her partner. So she goes to the room, she goes in, she pulls up a chair, puts everything down, and oops, a mug of really hot coffee spills all over Vanquist's lap.
Oh no. Oh gosh. So,
Does that count as me touching you? It really does. Unintentionally.
Oh yeah, that was a
lip.
touching moment. All right,
So
yeah.
am I supposed to
pull a block?
Pull a block. I got
Did it?
Am I supposed to color in a star?
Yeah, because you have unintentionally. Ouch. I guess when you spill, I bounce, I jump up, and you accidentally bump into me. I feel the connection of you pushing against me, and for a moment, I can feel my heart flutter in a way it hasn't for a long time, as if I'm physically weak for some reason. And I sort of stumble a bit, catch myself, and I'm wondering why this detective has this strange effect on me. So I'm trying not to be too disturbed by this, but I'm pulling down my pants.
Apart from someone spilling hot coffee on you feel different. You feel.
Well, I'm actually a really tough immortal, so heat doesn't have as much effect on me. But I'm starting to feel the pain, and I pull down these. I pull down my pants, and I'm standing there in my underwear, and I guess I've done this, and I've shown my vulnerability, and in fact, you can clearly see the strange scars on my thigh when I do this. When I revealed my, and I'm pulling this block here. When I revealed my bare thighs, my hairy thighs, and that's me revealing something about myself to you.
Oh no, I'm really, really sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Yeah, I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. No, but okay. Great, sit down now. She notes his hairy legs and scars everywhere. But she's like, you know what? Probably, could just be any random thing. Lots of people have scars everywhere. I know I do. So she's like, okay, now straight to questioning. Vanquist, tell me again, and can you please make it clear? State me your name, your age, why, and where were you and what were you doing before you came here, before we brought you here?
I'm 33, honest, and I'm just a construction worker. I just happen to be passing through this area. It's not cheap to live here, so I was just looking for work at a nearby construction site for some apartment building, and I just happened to be walking in a shortcut past this big multi-story parking lot when things started exploding and fire and smoke, and I don't know what happened, honestly. I really have no idea why everything blew up. I ran because, it's not suspicious that I ran. Anyone who would run if everything started blowing up around them.
That's exactly what someone suspicious would say. So, tell me, did you see anyone else there? Was it just you?
So, I'm thinking I want to describe what your partner does as well. So, as I say, no, I didn't see anything, and then your partner dumps this photo down and shows a surveillance picture. Some nearby surveillance camera picked up another suspect, and I look at it and I see this masked punk that I've been fighting, chasing. It's actually a case. I'm a vigilante, and I've been trying to stop these I've been pursuing this guy who's been breaking in and stealing valuable artifacts in jewelry stores and museums, and I was close to catching the guy, and we had fought, and there was a huge battle, and various superhuman abilities like super strength were involved, and I may have thrown too many cars, and all that flashback happens at once, and I go, no, I don't recognize him at all. I say, obviously lying to anyone who's really good at telling. So, would you be able to tell?
Penelope, being who she is, she couldn't tell. She's a good cop, but she gets lost in her own world a lot of the time. At this point, she just goes numb. She's still quite depressed that she hasn't caught the Ripper. She looks to her partner, and she asks her partner quietly, "Hey man, I gotta get some air. I gotta go." And so she just gets up from her chair, and she leaves the room and closes the door.
And Vanquist can't help watching her go. Just something about her. Is that what you meant to be the end of the scene?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Scene 3 is finding common ground. So something makes us work together, maybe, I'm thinking.
Wait, hang on. Was me, like, the whole being depressed, walking out thing, that is unintentionally revealing something, right?
Yeah, it's curious. I probably can't help noticing, so you should probably pull a block and let's see how this goes.
Oh, do I get the color of star?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Small joy, so.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to pull out a block.
Any block.
Don't sound so happy. Hang on. I'm trying to... Wait, I can't... The rules say I can't take something from the...
You can take from anywhere except
okay,
from the top
I got it, yeah. Alright, okay.
Alright. Yeah, you can't take anything from the top 2 full rows.
Got it.
So, scene 3, finding common ground. do we want to flash forward a little bit here?
Okay.
All right. I'm thinking that the police were not able to get anything on Vanquest right away, but when he's released, wouldn't it be interesting if they walked him out through the police squad room and he passed by an open door where there was this huge wall chart of pictures and maps, and Penelope standing there looking at this diagram trying to track down her Ripper, and I noticed something.
What'd you notice?
Penelope hears Vanquest's footsteps just behind her, and he's looking at one of the pictures, and he gasps a little as he recognizes the signature of the signature. I'm going to say these strange fire marks on a wall caused by the abilities of an immortal that he's heard of, that he's met before a long time ago. Like, maybe this Ripper uses some sort of scorching blowtorch-like fire energy to attack his enemies. And these scorch marks, you see the outline of this guy that he burned, who obviously is dead now, and only the scorched outlines of this figure on the wall. And immediately, I want to do like some shows like Forever Night and Highlander did flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a flashback to Vanquest in ancient Babylon,
Okay.
and there's all these warriors on a battlefield, and there's these golden helmeted champions, and some of them are actually immortals who've been sent from beyond to guide different sides of this battle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's immortals on both sides of the battle. And Vanquest was just following this heroic captain into this Babylonian city when this armored figure jumps down from above and reaches out his hand, and suddenly Vanquest's captain in front of him catches on fire and is melted to the wall by all the flames and horror. And Vanquest was horrified by this, and a battle ensued. Swords are clashed. Vanquest's shield catches fire, and the Ripper turns to take him out, and Vanquest is forced to leap into a nearby water fountain to avoid the flame. When he gets up again, the battle has pushed the enemy forces out from the gates, and reinforcements have arrived. Cavalry here and soldiers there, like some huge battle from ancient times, and the two armies are pushed aside, and the enemies retreat, and Vanquest doesn't get a chance to see the Ripper again. But he remembers, at least for now. So he says nothing. He's just staring at that way too much, and you could probably tell that he's affected by this. Maybe I should be saying this is the moment when I unintentionally reveal something.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you color that stallion.
So I pull this brick and put it up here.
No, you have to touch me, right? If
No,
you
no.
pull...
Either unintentionally touch you or unintentionally reveal something personal.
Okay. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. So a star equates to a...
And you know what? I'm going to say that captain was my mortal best friend, who could have been something more than a best friend. But I'll never know.
She notices Vanquest staring at the picture, and she could see that his eyes kind of just for a while there glazed over, and he went into, his mind went elsewhere. So she felt oddly close to him during this period. I think there was a moment where they were just both just staring at the board together, just numb, just looking at pictures, she looking at everything that she hasn't solved yet. And for a while there she felt close to him, doing nothing yet very close. So she looks at him with her androgynous features and just comments, "So, my partner let you go, huh?"
Yeah, they, I figure they told you that they released me. There's no proof of anything against me. Do you mind if I take a look at the rest of these pictures?
Is there any reason? I mean, do you have any connection?
Just curious. And he walks along all these pictures you've got and takes a look at all these different crime scene photos. And I guess there's one where you're at this outside this park where one of the mysterious murders occurred and someone was burned to death on the ground, right? And there's all this bystanders looking at the crowd as the police are taking pictures. And one of those bystanders that happened to be taken in the scene, he recognizes if he put a golden helmet on that burly fellow, it would be him. And he just stares and he points at that burly, nasty-looking man in the middle of that crowd and says, "You know, I just have a strange feeling you should look for this particular man."
This man. I see. Can you give me more information? Do you know where I should look? I mean, we don't really know you, you know.
Let's just say that I've seen this guy before. He is a killer. I was there a long time ago, and he killed somebody.
Listen here, Vanquest. I've done this for a long, long time. I'm just not about to go on a random person's hunch about someone he saw in a picture that he thought did something. You know what? I think, you know what? It's late. You should get back. Here. Take one donut to go.
If I hear of anything, how do I call you?
She sighs. She's like, oh. She takes out her detective business card, name card number.
Yeah, name card.
Passes it to Vanquist and like, here. If you see anything, if anything happens, give me a call. And she kind of passes it to him a bit too close and accidentally touches his hand.
Ooh.
And then she felt something. Oh, she felt like a little zap.
And you pull a block and...
Pull a block.
Ooh. Oh, that tower's getting taller.
And she's like, whoa, in her mind. Because she doesn't show anything. She doesn't show her weakness or any emotions where she can. She's just like, in her brain, holy fuck, what was that?
Go ahead and mark. Unintentional touch.
So, close scene.
Yeah, Vanquist's like a bit shaken, but thanks, and I guess he
it.
leaves with the phone number.
Sorry.
And you know, in those kind of TV series, you'll often skip forward. I imagine you're in a patrol car when you get a call, a tip-off from Vanquist. You know, it's several days later, and you're driving through you're driving through the streets of the city, and this is Vanquist. How fast can you get to the warehouse on 15th and 18th Street?
Pretty fast. Why?
I found that suspect, and I think he's not alone. I think he's talking to some people, some very suspicious-looking people.
Well, the Waze says 4 minutes. I'll be right there.
So, when you arrive there, are you alone or with your partner today?
I'm alone. My partner's on holiday.
All right. And you see Vanquist sort of coming out of the alley, and he's dressed a bit like a hobo, you know, with ragged clothes, but he's actually been, you know, slumming it and sort of using this to to go undercover on the streets. But she can tell, why is he dressed a lot more rough than he was before?
Mm-hmm.
And is that the hilt of a sword sticking out from his jacket?
Okay.
And he's like looking over his shoulder. Shh, they're in there. And pointing at the seemingly abandoned warehouse.
She obviously carries a firearm,
Mm-hmm.
not so much a sword, because it's 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So she looks at Vanquest, and then she puts her fingers to her lips and tells him to shh, and she signals to follow her. So she creeps down on the ground, and she kind of gracefully does a duck walk, avoiding the windows, and then she just sits there, and she can hear some conversation happening inside the building. So she looks at Vanquist, and then she says, "Hey, how's your hearing?"
Pretty good. I overheard them just now. One of them was speaking in Russian, and they were talking something about explosives and how much money you have. I think your suspect is buying bombs from these guys.
Tell me, how many people do you think are in there?
There's three of them, two who are speaking Russian, and your man, the burly fellow, the guy who keeps showing up at the crime scenes. And I think maybe... Wait. Then he reaches over, grabs you by the arm, and pulls you close and says, "How good are you in a fight?"
Oh, so you get to do it in the start, okay.
Yeah, and it's like all those cliche scenes where I pull the woman close. Yeah, so I mark intentionally touching you. Right.
I'm pretty darn good. So she didn't see any harm in finding a way in, and Vanquist followed her, and they're both hiding. They're actually inside the building. They're hiding behind some huge boxes. We don't know what's inside. So the Russian guy and the man who Vanquist identified as potentially the Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
She saw that yes, there was criminal activity happening. There was transfer of evil goods. So she stood up. "Everyone, freeze! Hands up!" or whatever they say in those situations. So she looked straight at Vanquist to see what he's doing.
Vanquist is thinking, why are you looking at me and not the suspects? Just as the Russian, there's actually two Russians, but the Russian closest, carrying all these bags, is going, turns to the Ripper and says, "You set me up!" And the Ripper just instantaneously, with a flash of his eyes, glares at him, sticks out his hand, and the Russian catches on fire, flying towards the crates with all the bombs in his bags all on fire. And Vanquist realizes in horror that the guy is about to explode, and he grabs her by the scruff of her jacket and flings her out the window and jumps out with her just as the warehouse explodes. And this is a tough one. This is kind of sticking. And I'm pulling the block. Yes! That area down there is getting kind of weak. So I'm going to mark this.
Okay.
I grabbed you and saved you from the explosion, but this is sort of the kind of cliched scene where the villain gets away during the whole thing. But yeah, so we're out. I throw you out, I jump out on top of you, go ahead. Your turn.
It's star-crossed, man. I mean,
Describe it.
cliches
Right.
in. Well, as you grabbed me by the scuff of my jacket, my coat, and threw me, well, first of all, because I've lived so long, it doesn't take much to rattle me. But as Vanquist grabs me. Okay, scrap that. I got rattled. I was seriously rattled. And when I got rattled, I have superpowers. And my superpower is I can move things with my mind. But the problem is I can't move them like silently or quietly. It's very visible, like a stream of like prism light, like it's not I'm not shooting rainbows, but
it's like a tractor beam kind of thing.
It's not a tractor beam. It's like a prism. You know when a prism hits the sun, but it's like little like glittery rainbow dust.
Right. So it creates this glittery aura.
Yeah.
On what you're doing, but the effect is you're tractor beaming people with this glittery aura.
And people can see, so I can't actually use it. But what happened is I got seriously rattled. I know I say I don't get rattled much, but in this case, well, all hell was breaking loose. As you grabbed me, I felt stunned, and I automatically surrounded myself and you with my rainbow glitter shield to protect ourselves.
That's awesome.
So we kind of like, you intended to throw me out, but I kind of like grabbed you and threw us out together at the same time, and we landed on a patch of asphalt. And
could we say that we go the other way and splash off the docks into the bay? That would be so cool.
You mean opposite direction?
No, I mean instead of the asphalt, we ended up because let's say the warehouse is next to the docks. What if the window that we're closest to throws us out into the water together?
Sure, why not?
Awesome. Sploosh. So we are soaked, holding on each other, splashing desperately, and I realize in a flash I've seen her before, and I describe 1,500 years ago in when I was traveling at sea in between the Greek islands. There was a rainstorm, a terrible storm, and the ships were in danger of getting wrecked. And there was another ship in the convoy ahead of us, and I saw a sailor fall off board. There was a lot of rain and wind, and people couldn't tell what was happening. Most people were hiding from the rain, but then I saw this tall, handsome figure raise their arms, and with a glittery light pulled the sailor back to safety. And even though from a distance I knew this was a fellow immortal saving someone's life, and I thought, there is still some good in the world. There are still some good immortals in the world. And I thought, I wonder if I'll ever see this person again, as our ships got separated in the storm. And I realized that you are that immortal.
I feel like since I'm the follower and the closer, this is where the scene closes.
All right.
But I get to pull out 2 bricks because I unintentionally touched you with my glittery force field and dragged you out into the bay. And I also unintentionally revealed something personal, which is my glitteriness.
That's true.
So I get to take.
Oh, this could end so quickly. That tower is
This is
getting...
a great idea, Alex.
This tower is getting really...
Ooh! Okay.
Go ahead and put it up. This tower is getting really unstable, and I'm probably going to take a picture in a second, just in case things go horribly wrong.
Why? Live in the moment. We don't need... Oh, okay. We need... That was the lights. No, we're not playing in the dark. It's just... He wants to take a photo, so... It's brighter.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll just zoom in here. All right.
Okay.
Wait, was that the first or second brick?
Second. Next scene.
Okay.
Wait, was it the first?
Huh? Pardon?
Oh, that was the first break. Sorry.
Okay, one more brick.
You and your vanquished photo taking. Just a second.
Yep, you got it.
So pulling out a centerpiece from like fifth from the top row. Okay.
All right. Okay, this is really interesting.
Okay.
All right.
So
Scene
next scene.
5. Close, quiet, and alone. I love the idea of the two of us washing up on a beach at night, waking up together, our clothes soaked, and we are now, for the first time, we're sitting together realizing that we know that we both have powers and we're immortals. And also, I think that we're feeling ache and pain like we haven't felt in ages. Like, I realize that, as an immortal, I don't feel this much pain unless I'm fighting alongside another immortal, which has happened very rarely. And so I'm realizing what's going on. And I turn to you, and I tell you, my name is Vanquest of the seventh Angelic Legion, and I was sent here from above 6,000 years ago to defend this world. And I am a warrior of the element of strength. And I guess that's revealing something intentionally to you.
Okay, yeah, so you should.
I have to do this.
Don't you want to color your star in?
Only if I successfully do this.
Oh.
And I'm gonna pull this. Uh-oh.
Wait, the game's gonna end, man. Come on, you gotta do it.
No, I can do it.
Carefully. It was so... Okay.
So I've revealed something personal to you, and I've marked intentionally revealing something personal.
So Penelope she just stared at Vanquist. She stared in disbelief. She was, it was cold. She was drenched, and she realized, wait a minute, I feel cold and drenched. I'm feeling too much. I'm feeling way too much. What's happening? What is this? She looks at Vanquist and she just starts crying and crying and crying. And she cried so hard, like she's never cried in her entire life. And then she stares at him. And she looks at him and she's like, "Hi. I'm Penelope. Just Penelope. It's nice to meet you."
Alright, so you're not revealing anything major yet.
I'm revealing my...
But I already knew you're Detective Penelope.
Yeah, but like not
but
super
I guess
superhero
actually,
Penelope.
you're nakedly revealing your emotions to me.
Yeah.
So that is your once per game reveal intentionally something personal, which is you're feeling your once per game you reveal your inner emotions to me.
Okay. So I get to, do I pull out something?
Oh yeah.
Because I'm crying, right?
Yeah. One of these maybe.
Don't tell me which one to. I want this one. Okay. Got
That's
it.
great.
Okay.
Alright. So I say, well, we're cold and tired. I don't suppose you have any ability to create fire like that guy, huh? So, come on. I help her. I help Penelope to her feet. I help you to your feet, and we make our way up the beach. I say, there's some cardboard boxes and containers and tents. This is where the local homeless stay. we're gonna need some shelter. And I'm pulling you the whole while by your hand, so intentional touch. Pulling you, intentionally touching the follow, and trying to figure out what I can pull from here that won't cause the whole tower to collapse. Oh my goodness. I'm actually gonna go quite high up because I don't want to pull anything down there.
Oh.
And this thing's really unstable now. But I did it. I touched the follow. Okay.
So Penelope follows Vanquis.
We touched out.
And she she goes through her coat looking for a phone.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking for bars, connective bars on her phone.
Yeah.
And she doesn't see anything. Her phone is drenched. And she asks, Vanquis, is your phone working? I want to talk to you a whole lot more, to find out more about you, and I want to know why I'm feeling this way, why this is happening, but we need to get help. And then she looks down. She notices that Vanquis, his pants is kind of ripped, just above his knee, and there's blood. There's a gash, but I guess with all the adrenaline, Vanquis didn't realize.
Yeah.
So she's like, we need to get it checked out. Do you heal, Vanquis? Do you usually heal? 'Cause I do. Are you healing?
When you say you heal, you're revealing your healing powers, right?
Oh dear, am I allowed to do that?
But I guess
it's unintentionally.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So okay, another one. No, but I did ask you a question.
Yeah.
Though.
So I have to answer, but
Wait,
will I take something from the top maybe, or?
Isn't the strategy to take something from? Oh.
The bottom's getting kind of unstable. I don't know. But you can't take from. Because you take from below here.
Okay, got it.
That's crazy.
Okay.
All right. You marked it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Vanquis says, yeah, you're right. Even if the others are mortals, they're cops, they can help. I don't have a phone, but I know this area. I've slept over homeless here before. There's a store, there's a corner store where I know the owner. I can use his phone. Come on up. I find a blanket that's kind of smelly and hanging on a line there, and I help you remove your sopping jacket, and I wrap you in the blanket and make you a little bit warmer as I touch you. Me pulls. This is crazy. Where the heck am I gonna pull a block? No. Maybe over here. Oh, this is crazy. I have to. I'm committed.
No. It's not. Yeah. No, you can't shimmy it back in.
So I have to take it out?
Take another one.
All right. These are all bad.
Now I've lost my train of thought.
These are all bad.
The lesson of the game. Quit touching me. Don't put it in the middle. Yes. Okay.
I marked it. Okay.
So
just touch somewhere at the bottom there.
So she realizes that Vanquis has not replied about healing, and he hasn't healed. His wound still seems to be really pink.
Yeah,
and
bleeding.
And still, wide open. He puts a blanket over himself and Penelope.
Well, mainly Penelope.
But Penelope I think both of them suddenly felt just ridiculously weak, and they both just sat down against the a little alley
Mm-hmm.
and covered
Mm-hmm.
themselves with a blanket, and in their tiredness, being thrown into the into the bay by like this huge explosion. I mean, immortal or not,
Yeah.
it just hurts a lot. And the thing is, it's hurting. He's hurting for the first time. They're feeling pain for the freaking first time.
Yeah.
And if you feel pain for the first time, I have a feeling it hurts a whole lot more.
Yeah.
So they both basically fell asleep. And
On the way to the store.
No, they didn't make it. They were too weak. They just where did you get that blanket again? But anyway, you had a blanket.
It's a homeless encampment.
We encampment? Oh, you mean like a home? Just a home?
No, but where homeless people just put cardboard boxes and stolen or whatever they get scavenged,
But we ended up just huddled.
and fall asleep.
Because we were just too tired.
I can work with that.
Before and then cutscene the next morning. This cutscene is actually also a closing scene.
Sure.
Everyone's a little bit dry, and the sun is up. It's like probably around 9-ish. They slept the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Penelope got up first, because she's a cop and she normally has to go to work 9, get her standard coffee and donuts. So she got up and Vanquish was still asleep. So she looked down,
Mm-hmm.
and she realized that he's healed. It took a long time,
Yeah.
but overnight it healed. And then she was scratching her head, scratch. And she was shocked. She felt hair on her head. She's bald, you see. She's been practically hairless her whole life. And suddenly she realized that she had hair growing. Little stubble, like little, like she looked like she's like a little shaven, cropped thing. But she's just scratching herself. I mean, scratching her hair and scene.
And immortals don't change like that unless they're, vulnerable. Okay, great.
Well, she doesn't know that,
Right.
She's gonna... Yeah.
That's great. A disagreement becomes heated. I think I have an interesting one.
Okay.
Like, we both awaken woozy and tired, but we know that we've lost many hours. It's the next daytime already. We stagger into the scene I imagine is this shopkeeper, Charlie. He minds this corner store. There's metal shutters and bars so that he can protect from being robbed. But it's not a really bad neighborhood. It's just that he's got to watch out. It's a big convenience store, like Kim's Convenience. It's got liquor. It's got supplies, everything. And in comes the vigilante, the mysterious fellow Vanquish, who's visited many times before. Going, Charlie, I need to use your phone. And right behind Vanquish is this mysterious crop-haired, individual, Penny, and they don't look happy. As we see from the point of view of Charlie, Penny quickly grabs the phone to call the station while Vanquish explains to Charlie, just fell into the harbor, had a slight bump on the head, everything's fine. And Charlie's like, you mean when the whole dock area exploded? Oh, that's on the news, huh? Yeah, that was a whole day ago. And then Penny realizes, I think the information comes to her, you can play it out, that it's been a whole day. The police have searched the area. the trail is cold because we were out so long. We were knocked out so long, and Penelope realizes the weakness of her being with a fellow immortal has slowed us down and made us fall asleep and be unable to pursue this case, and the Ripper could be miles away by now. So, what do you do?
Well, from my perspective, she enters this Kim's convenience place owned by
Charlie Kim, why not?
Charlie Kim, or Kim Charlie.
Yeah.
And she feels really, really weak. She looks at Vanquist, and she realizes that after the conversation that he had, that it's been at least more than 24 hours, and she's lost track of the Ripper completely. He's probably gone, made his way out of the city, and she can't track him ever again. And she walks a bit aimlessly through the aisles, and she finds herself facing the the fridges, with all the drinks.
Yeah.
And she sees herself in the reflection, and she's like, what? She can see full crop of brown hair on her head. Like the amount of hair that would usually grow in, let's just say, 3 months after shaving your head. She's like, what is this? She turns around and she yells at Vanquist. What is happening right now? Tell me.
These changes happen when two immortals stay close to each other for too long. That's why we were always meant to be assigned to protect different parts of the world. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. We shouldn't be working together. It's dangerous for both of us. But are you upset at the tear? It looks nice.
Am I upset at my hair? No, I'm not. My hair is the last thing I'm worried about. I'm just shocked at it. I'm not worried. It's just WTF. What the hell is happening, and why is it all happening with you when you are one of... If you're an angel, that makes me an angel too. I'm an angel? I'm an angel?
We have been in this world so long that some of us forget our origins, but we came from beyond, from another place, and we were sent here to make this world better, though some of us have turned to darkness, like this Ripper fellow. I've tried to keep away from my own kind. I've tried to keep away from people and just focus on my mission of fighting criminals and terrorists, like the Ripper, like those Russians you saw, like the guy who blew up that parking lot, long story. But it's because I can't let myself be hurt again, physically or emotionally, like what happened before. I'm sorry for getting you into this, and I'm sorry for making you lose this trail. I think it's best if we never see each other again, because I'm a danger to you. And that's me revealing something important to you.
Before that, I was unintentionally revealing that I wasn't... I didn't mean to reveal that I didn't know anything.
That is a thing.
Yeah.
So you should pull first, and we'll see if it survives long enough for me to pull. I tried to pull that, remember? I was really... Oh. That's crazy. Alright. And the tower survives. And now we're in trouble because I'm going to try and pull something. What the heck am I going to pull? No. Oh. Should I pull a middle block? Should I tap a middle block here? This is really tough.
you should take the third from the top, on the side.
Where? Here?
No, this one. No, this one.
No. This is not a complete row. So 2 complete rows and this
yeah.
one. Oh God. That's crazy.
Maybe we should take a picture. Yeah. Or I'll take a picture. Give me your phone.
Alright.
Alex, this is for you. Okay. So
Yeah, your
Penelope,
your turn to respond.
I look back at Vanquish, my eyes bulging.
Oh, don't forget to mark.
Yeah, I already did.
I need to mark. Yeah. All right.
My
good.
owls,
Yeah.
my eyes bulging with anger. Are you crazy? I've never met anyone like you in my entire life, and I've lived a long, long life. And you're telling me that we can't talk, we can't see each other anymore? I need questions. I need answers.
There's email. There's email.
And at that very moment, she just clocked him with a really, really strong right hook. And then that unknowingly actually knocked herself out as well because she was just so weak.
Oh.
And it just got dark for her.
Is this an unintentional touch?
No, it was.
Intentional touch is one.
No, it was
in.
unintentional because I didn't mean.
All right,
You made me angry.
All right, so pull a brick and see if we survive this.
But that's the closing scene, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stop shaking your head. Makes me nervous. Oh wait, this was the original one that you
Had trouble with. Down here maybe. Bravo. That'll tip. Maybe it won't.
next scene.
Wow, you did it. A difficult choice.
Is that the last scene?
No,
Okay.
there's another one, but
Okay.
you know, this is all meant to be really dramatic
Okay.
now. So, I imagine that we both end up in hospital,
Okay, yeah.
or at least just the emergency room,
Mhm.
and your partner is there checking up on you, and Vanquest is nearby. And when you look up, Vanquest is dressed. He's gotten some spare clothes or something. He's just wearing a t-shirt and jeans, and he looks like he's getting ready to try and leave. He's talking to the nurse about checking him out and going, actually, I'm fine. I healed pretty fast, and honestly, my injuries aren't too bad. The detective probably has a lot of stuff to do, but I don't think I have anything to do with this case, and I should probably just leave right now. And that's when you catch my eye and we see each other, and I look away because I don't want to be involved in this anymore.
Penelope knows that Vanquist is actually in a lot of pain. Same amount of pain that she is. But she knows what he's trying to do. He's trying to leave. He's trying to get away. But you know, she cried out, "Stop! Vanquist, wait! Sotomate! Wait! What are you doing? What do you think will happen if you leave?"
It'll be the best for both of us. I'll contact you when I get to another city. I'll explain things, but I look around and I motion to the partner if I can just have a word. I come in closer and I say, I know what's going to happen. We've gotten close in a very short period of time, and I think you're a really strong and wonderful person, and this city doesn't deserve someone as good as you, but you're obviously dedicated to protecting people. I don't want to mess that up, because if I stay, I can't guarantee what's going to happen. I can see the way you're looking at me. I can see the way I look at you. I know how I feel, and this can't work. We're immortals. We'll screw each other up. I have to go. I can't let this happen. I just can't. I have to leave. And I'm revealing my inner fear, so I'm gonna have to pull a block as I talk about leaving. And I see a lot of gaps. I think I have to pull a gap from that side to make it even. Maybe.
Oh.
No, not this one.
No.
Okay. I think it's gonna be a gap from maybe further below. No, further up. No. Gosh, anything I pull, the whole tower starts to gobble. Okay, what's more stable? This is more stable? No. Wait, I have another idea.
Oh no.
No, that's not stable. Alright. Okay. No. No.
No, you can't go back to that one.
You never know.
No.
I might be able to shimmy it out. Watch me.
No, even if you do, it's gonna. Well, you go ahead.
All right.
You can't shimmy it back.
Let's see what
It's
happens.
gonna fall. It's gonna
Look.
fall. What happens if it falls?
Vanquist is touching her. If this falls, then that touch turns into something much more. If this doesn't
What do
fall,
you mean it happens? What happened?
we give in to our repressed desire for each other even though we shouldn't.
Ah, I see.
So if I manage to pull this block out, then we keep going on with the job pretending that we aren't in love. But if this tower falls, we can't help it and we fall into each other's arms. As I'm trying to say goodbye to you by touching you on the arm, difficult choice to make. Oh, wait. Slowly.
You're doing it on purpose.
No, it's gonna be alright.
Mm-mm.
Wait, I can do this.
Mm-mm.
Watch this. And Vanquist, having touched her arm, pulls away and starts to walk away.
Penelope, refusing to be left behind, she reveals something personal too. She says she cries out quietly.
Mm-hmm. Touch something, yeah.
Well, not so quietly, loud enough that Vanquist, please don't go. Don't go. Don't be a hero. Don't be that guy. How do you know that this would really happen? I'm starting to I don't know why I'm crying. I don't usually feel anything. I've never been with anyone my entire life. I don't know why, but I need you. Please don't leave me. So I was
And the tower falls. And?
Does it mean that you leave anyway?
No! Okay, what happens is we go to the chart at the end of the game. Thank you, Alex. This has been awesome. Now we get to go to the chart at the end of the game.
Alex Roberts. Yeah.
Alright. So, we have to count up our attraction. If the tower falls, describe how the character of the player who last touched the tower acts on their feelings.
Oh, you mean I get to finish it?
You get to describe how you act on your feelings. Then we jump forward to an epilogue based on how many points we tallied. So describe the immediate thing that she does when she tries to reach out and her emotions overwhelm her.
She continues saying, she continues talking and crying. Please stay. Please don't go. And she notices that Vanquist he's stopped in his tracks and he's thinking about it. And she suddenly caught a a glance. She saw herself in the hospital room mirror, and she had shoulder length hair this time.
Wow.
It grew, and
wow.
and then she realized that, oh no, I'm aging. I'm aging. And she stares at Vanquish. Vanquish stares back, and he nods at her, and he goes, yeah.
That's great. Now we tally up the total attraction score and go to the epilogue and describe the epilogue. Okay, so how many points do you have?
I don't know what's
Before, you add up everything
all the
before
stars,
the tower.
is it?
Yeah, every star you got without toppling the tower.
9.
And I have 10. That brings us to 19. Read it.
Sweet, cherished love with the bitter certainty of loss.
So I imagine an epilogue years later. Maybe we're in the park, looking out at the bay of the city, sitting on a bench together, holding hands, and we're both gray and old, and we're holding each other's hands, looking at the sunset.
I think that as the sun is going down,
Mm-hmm.
we can feel the nice cool breeze brushing across our skin. A very old, very weathered, wrinkled skin, but beautiful. As you put one arm around me, I say, Vanquish, I'm feeling a little sleepy now. I love you.
Come lean on my shoulder. I love you too. And I think we just fade out like that. The end.
The end. Thank you, Alex, for this game. It's fun.
That was Star-Crossed. I am Kai.
And I'm Elisha, and yeah, well, we are from rolloverplayed.com. Please check us out.
And look out for the review of this game. All right.
Bye.